So what's up, guys? Yo, AW here, Air War Order. Yes, yes. Before I get onto the stream, I was just playing Pokemon Arceus for about 1.5 to 2 hours. Uh, I've been grinding, leveling up Pokemon, catching Pokemon, collecting berries, crafting Pokeballs, potions, revives, etc. Doing side missions. Been grinding. That's what I've been doing for the last 2 hours. If you have the Switch, I recommend you getting it. Um, if you have the Switch, okay? Okay. But yeah, but that's just not what this topic's about. This topic's not about Pokemon, okay? As you can clearly see on my thumbnail here, it's about Joker 2 is happening. Now, the question is, should it or should it not? And that's what we're going to get to, okay? And let me get that thumbnail out of the way. Let me just say hi to some people. Hey, George, hi, Blind Umbrella. Let me set up something. Let me just make sure something. I'm going to do invites. Don't worry. I think, okay. Invite. Now let me put my headset in. Uh, um, George, I'll let you in. And if you're this, oh, I'm sorry. I put both links for you, George. Whatever. Okay. Sent out some invites. Um. So you're not on. If you know what. Here's Brian Braille, who's muted right now. Yeah, he's muted right now. And I'll just check my phone. There's a notification on my phone about something. Nothing important. Okay, George will come on soon. Okay, that's what I got. Um, who else? Who else? I'll wait till he unmutes himself. Who's in the members group? Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, you're here. Yeah, I can hear you, man. I heard you. I'll put in my Discord. Maybe my Discord too. You know what? Maybe not. Maybe not my Discord. Okay, I'll put in Max's thing. Yes, I hear you. Yes, I hear you, George. Welcome, George.
Hello.
What's up?
Oh, nothing much. I got the day off today, so that's why I'm able to come on.
Good, good, good. I know. It's been these 2 days have been a little chaotic. Um, yeah. Oh, there we go. There we go. Is it working now, Brian Brill? I heard you before for like a second.
Yeah, I'm back. I was just eating.
Okay, okay, that makes sense. All right. So now, topic of the day. Yeah, okay. As you know, is Joker 2 happening? I now in the belief that it is happening, but that's not the question. The question is, should it happen or should it not happen? So I'm gonna let you two first go at it. Then I'll give you my thoughts. So, um, George, you could go
Oh,
first, and Ben,
I
you
mean,
could go after us.
I love the
yeah,
first Joker. I thought it was a great movie. I think it fits better as like a standalone film, personally. Now, does that mean like I don't have faith in it? No, I think if like Joaquin Phoenix is returning, he sees the potential for a decent sequel at least. And I was talking to one of my friends about this who thinks it's not necessary, but at the same time he's confident in the same reasons I am. And in his opinion, he's more confident in Joker 2 than most of the DC projects coming up. So I think it's really about who you're getting to return to do this project, and like what can you possibly do with it after you created something special a few years ago.
Yeah. So, Ben, you could go. If yeah, go ahead.
I'll play devil's advocate and say they should make it. I mentioned before that if they really want to do a sequel, they have to keep it true to the original. Like I've been hearing things about doing a three Joker story, which that's not going to work, right? Obviously, I don't think it will be exactly like the comic if they were to do that storyline. But that storyline is way too comic booky for what Joker was, and so I think they should really go the Prince of Crime aspect, right? Where he's on top of his game, he's ruining Gotham, and it's like a downfall, right? So you saw his uprise in the first movie, and then you see his downfall, and I think that would make for a better movie, just because then it makes it feel like they're both part of each other. So that's if you were to do it. I still am hesitant, right? Like, why are they making this movie? Is it because it made $1 billion?
Yeah,
Or
that's the
is there,
reason.
yeah, I mean, obviously that's the reason,
That's
but
the
like,
reason.
is there really a story to tell? That's kind of like what I'm concerned about.
I I think it's $1 billion aspect of it. I think like once it hit 1 billion, it's like, you know what? Yeah, I think we can hit another billion. It's the Joker. Slap it on the Joker title. And it's the first movie made 1 billion. I think we could do it again.
But
You
at the
know,
same time, Warner Brothers, they didn't actually make a lot of money off of this movie because they thought this wasn't going to be obviously $1 billion hit. They weren't expecting that.
no, they didn't
And
put a lot
so,
of they didn't put a lot of their money into it.
yeah. So that's what's making me skeptical here. Is it because Todd Phillips wants to come back and make more money or whatever it is and tell the story? That's fine. But if it's like Warner Brothers is like, well, we own Joker, right? So why not just make a sequel without him? Like that is where I'm kind of concerned because then it's like, you know, then you have like two different scenarios of like what a sequel could be like, and I'm not too interested in the studio sequel.
Yeah, like I mean, look, all the other stuff we rumored for this movie, the Lady Gaga stuff, that's not happening. No, I could tell you that. That's not happening. She ain't gonna be Harley Quinn. They're not gonna. Harley Quinn does not fit this story with this Joker because I mean like the way the Joker got Harley Quinn to fall in love with her is to make Joker made himself like the victim, and if you see, like, that's how she literally fell in love with him. Joker lied, basically, kind of seduced her to making him believe he was a victim of Batman. Well, since there's no Batman, he can't really do that, and this Joker kind of accepted the chaos, like chaos. It doesn't really work with in this universe right now, with the Harley Quinn aspect. Um, but yeah, they're doing it for $1 billion because the first movie made $1 billion. It's very well. It's a very well written story. I mean, um, the thing is, I don't know how they could do a sequel. If it's an Arkham Asylum, basically Arkham Asylum just interacting with other inmates, either I don't know, maybe older villains that are not around that are usually not around Bruce's age, because the Joker in the comics, well, now there's like the three Jokers, but we always assume he's around the same age area as Bruce Wayne, like.
Hmm.
Yeah, right. So, or maybe just a little bit older. But but maybe if he's in Arkham, if it's based in Arkham, some of the villains are maybe older because I know from the comics, Mister Freeze is older than Bruce Wayne. I think Scarecrow is actually older, about a couple years older, or about a decade maybe older
Yeah,
than Bruce Wayne.
Ben Ventriloquist is older. There's a lot of characters that are older than Bruce.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the Penguin's older, but the Penguin's not necessarily Arkham. Like, Penguin's not really a Arkham type of a villain because he in the comics and stuff, he's been sentenced to Blackgate. Like, they don't think Penguin's not really classified as insane. But I know you don't like the Three Jokers idea because of how it is, but I think it's a possibility they might end up doing a Three Jokers idea, but different from the comics. I think there could be like him having an influence on an older Joker. He'd be the mid Joker, or maybe, and then there's a younger Joker, kind of like there's like a 70-year-old Joker, and then he could play like a 50-year-old Joker, and then we have a younger Joker in his 20s. Which is not much older than the Bruce Wayne, I guess. The Bruce Wayne in the Joker, because the Bruce Wayne in the Joker is about 9 years old. If you have one in the 20s, I could get away with about a 10 to 12 year difference with Bruce Wayne and a younger Joker. I
don't think that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how if that's how I do it. That's how I would do Three Jokers. I wouldn't make it like the comics. I would totally change it. Him like an influence, like having influence on all these different people that like, cause like Joker. Look how the Joker was treated like by the rioters and everybody. Look at that at the end of the Joker movie before he really got arrested. Right? Look at that, man. Like, he has such a major influence. He's the reason. Like, his influence is the reason why some random thug who in that movie. The random thug was not Joe Chill. I don't think it's Joe Chill. It could be, but it could be a different version of Joe Chill because it's a Black Label movie. So a lot of things could be different from a typical Batman like origin story. So it could be a different kind of Joe Chill, but he had a Joker mask. This is how big Arthur Fleck's Joker was influential in that movie. So, and if you do sequels, continue that influence with them, and you can have other Jokers taking on the mantle. Maybe if this Arthur Fleck guy dies, have a younger Joker take on the mantle or something like that. Pass down the baton. Do something different because it is a different universe, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that if it's a different universe, something like that. What do you guys think?
Yeah, you can go. Sorry.
I got a question with your like theory of having like an older Joker and a younger Joker. For an older Joker, should this be the opportunity to get Willem Dafoe as Joker?
God. Yeah.
Because like if that's the scenario you should go with, this might be your only chance to ever get Dafoe in that role, because I know a lot of people want to see him. Remember, like, he's been hinted as the Joker since the 1989 film, because I remember like he was one of the people they were considering until they gave the role of Jack Nicholson.
Him and Robin Williams, I believe.
Yeah, so it's like if you're gonna go down that route with the three Jokers, this is the time to get Defoe before the door's 100% shut.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Blind Bill, the floor is yours now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an interesting point to Willem Dafoe. I mean, he's pretty open to doing stuff, so like I would like to see him as the Joker, but I don't know. I'm not like dying for it, if you know what I mean. You know, like I think it's a
When
cool
he,
casting idea.
when
Yeah,
he's probably dying for it.
yeah, you know he
Good
is.
for
I,
any
I
good
just
parts.
I just don't really like the idea of the three Jokers story idea. Like, especially if they're gonna take inspiration from that comic. It's just like that
Yeah,
was like heavy on, Batman lore. Like you had Silver Age Joker, Joker, and then like
yeah. I
modern
mean,
Joker.
yeah. My take was change everything. Like you could have the three. My take was have a three Joker thing, but nothing like from the comics, from that storyline. Nothing like that. Change it from that. I know
Hmm.
that might piss off a lot of people, but if they've watched the movie, you would know that the movie is nothing like it's a black label. It's nothing like the typical Batman lore, the Joker lore, like anything at all.
Yeah,
Nothing
and
relates in that movie relates to the Joker.
you did have an interesting
That's
idea
the only
with
way I would
the
do three Jokers is yeah.
yeah. You did had an interesting idea about the like instead of like having the movie in Arkham Asylum and like kind of exploring that. So maybe like um a country that would be kind of comparable. Like one flew over the cuckoo's nest, but with Joker,
Oh
like something like
yeah, yeah,
that.
man.
Because I
Oh,
think it would be better if they played on not making like because when I hear the three Jokers idea, I just think it's like you kind of need Batman for that idea. You know what I mean? Like it feels very
mm-hmm.
like the traditional comic book movies that we're getting now. Well, Joker was supposed to be not that. So it's like I'd rather compare older movies or like more abstract ideas that we've seen like more avant-garde movies for the sequel. Like I really don't want them. Like I know people are going to be like, yeah, I don't want the sequel because it's standalone, and it's like, sure, yeah. I just don't want a sequel that's like a comic book movie, like all the sequels that we already get. That's my main issue.
Yeah, yeah. My other idea is if you're gonna have a Joker, have him rise to the power. Like Godfather, and then the
Hmm.
Godfather trilogy, his power. He loses his power. Have something like that.
Yeah.
Have Joker rise to the power. You can have other villains involved, but have Joker rise to his power to control Gotham, and he has to hide the power. All of a sudden, I don't know if it's the second or third movie. If they're third movie, I'm way ahead of myself here, but
Mm-mm-mm.
if this gets $1 billion, this probably won't get a third movie. But maybe in the second half of the second movie, maybe the first movie, second movie, is fast forward. If they do the Arkham idea, that's one idea. But my idea is maybe they fast forward a few years and Joker is actually out of Arkham or whatever, and is able to amass his empire. Kind of like a mobster slash Joker. Now there's versions of that, but
Like
but
Casino, like
yeah,
the
like
Casino
Casino.
or
Yeah.
Goodfellas movie, but with Joker.
But then all of a sudden, things are not going his way, and people that's working for him are getting like captured or not captured or getting arrested or beat up really badly. And to say stuff like, I don't know if it'd be the drugs, but I'm using drugs as an example. Like if they're smuggling cocaine, if you're smuggling cocaine or like heroin, all of a sudden those all of a sudden those things get not reverted. What's interrupted? I'll say interrupted by a mysterious force, not the police, a mysterious force, and that force and some of them come back. Some of them are able to not get arrested and come back to the Joker, and they're like, the Joker's asking him like pissed off Joker, like who the hell stopped you? Who the hell was busted up this drug heist? And they're like, some of them are afraid to say it because they're afraid of Joker, but they're also afraid of this other person who busted up the drug bust, and that's they say slowly the Batman abandoned the bat suit, and they're like, and Joker doesn't believe him. And like this is a different take. I mean, like, and then all of a sudden these rumors in the newspapers, and all of a sudden more drug bust or whatever gets ruined by a mysterious man in a basket, and he starts to believe it. And then there you have Batman in the background fucking up everything up with the Joker, ruining everything. Joker is the height of power, and then you got this mysterious force, this mysterious Batman in the way, ruining everything. What do you guys think? Is that a typical Joker needs Batman kind of thing? It's a little different. I'm just saying that. But what do you guys think?
George can go if he wants.
Oh, you can go first. I'm still trying to articulate my
Okay.
my thoughts.
Yeah, I want to be considerate, but I guess like it would be interesting to see Batman, but it's just like I would want a different interpretation in this universe. You know, like I don't want it to be like the the Nolan films, and you know, like what we're already getting with Matt Reeves, right? Like that's kind of like my main concern, because those are already grounded takes of the character. And while Joker seems like it's trying to be hyper realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's grounded, but it's also trying to be like really realistic, right? Where it's like it's not really trying to be a comic book world. And so that's why I'm like, do you really want, like, I think it would be more interesting if we saw Bruce Wayne, but Batman didn't exist. You know, like, and we got to see, because it's a realistic world, he's not going to be Batman. So, like, what approach is he going to take?
I just don't want. I don't want to if they do Joker, don't turn him into a sympathetic villain. Just don't do it.
I mean, he kind of already is in the movie.
Yeah, but but in the comic books, you kind of see, if you depend on the origin, like the Killing Joke, he is kind of a sympathetic villain there, but you lose sympathy for the Joker.
I think this movie should be his downfall. That's what I think it should be. Yeah.
Yeah, especially because I feel like he kind of loses some of that sympathy at the end when the riots happen and he kills Robert De Niro's character. Like he kind of by the end of the first film lost all his sympathy. And as far as like the Bruce Wayne aspect goes, so we kind of saw how in Joker, Thomas Wayne was like a very arrogant politician of some sorts running for mayor. I do believe it was. Like, what if, instead, an adult Bruce Wayne, does the same thing, but instead, he's the opposite of his father and actually, tries to, actually do something about, the mental health crisis that's been caused in Gotham because of Joker, and, that's, part of, the Joker's downfall?
That would be interesting. I think that's a good idea.
Thomas Wayne's, arrogance, his, full of himselfness that really pushed the Joker forward. So it can be Bruce Wayne's compassion and trying to do the right thing that causes the downfall of the Joker. I'm not going to go into details on how it's done because it's very complicated. But I would say if you're going to do the downfall, have Bruce Wayne, but have him be the guy that's running that actually does care, that actually wants to make positive change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, something a little different that's not cynical, because the first movie is very cynical, but
what do you think?
I mean, yeah.
But do you think Bruce Wayne will be like that? Because Bruce Wayne, look what his parents were died because of Joker, of Arthur radicalization.
But I mean but I think that's I think he would forgive him. It's not like he himself murdered his parents.
Yeah, but it was kind of he kind of influenced it.
Yeah, it's just still
I mean,
yeah, you know what I mean?
Don't do it right away. Don't be don't be feel sympathy right away and forgive him. Be pissed off first. Be hurt, pissed off first. Just don't do it right away, Because in real life, you wouldn't forgive somebody right away if they influence someone to kill your parents. Even not if they influence someone to kill your parents, they didn't kill them directly, but they had some influence. You wouldn't forgive people like that right away. Even if they feel sorry, even if that person feels regret and guilt for pushing someone to do that, you still wouldn't feel sorry. Whatever, you'll still be pissed off, hurt, and then maybe as time goes on, you heal and you forgive that person. But Bruce Wayne still has to be mad because he still has to be hurt.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But
but he can also prevent another incident like this from happening, like with other people.
Yeah,
yeah, he can. I'm just
which
going.
is what Batman is supposed to be about. That's what
But
he's evolved
I'm just
into.
going based on human. I'm just going based on how human emotion would be like if something happened like
Mhm.
that to you. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. And I'm not saying he would like try to help the Joker, but
I'm.
he would help prevent more Jokers from being created by maybe having like more like doctors or like
I mean,
hospitals or like put more money into Arkham or something.
when Batman
Mhm.
confronted his parents' murder, like Joe Chill, whatever adaptation is, he 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 wasn't feeling sorry for Joe Chill at all because all he thought about
Yeah.
was the murder of his parents.
Yo, he almost killed him in Batman Begins.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, hmm.
Yo, I remember like there was this Batman cartoon called Batman the Brave and the Bold, and it was a pretty lighthearted Batman cartoon, but like
Yeah.
the episode where he confronted Joe Chill was pretty dark.
Yeah, yeah, I remember
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
So like
Like,
yeah, Joe Chill, like honestly, like he hates Joe Chill more than he hates the Joker.
yeah,
Yeah.
because
No,
Joe
it makes
Chill is the
sense.
one that took everything from him. So with what you're saying is, I think he has to hate the Joker, and then as time goes on, forgive
I
doesn't
just think it
kill.
would be really interesting if he just didn't. You know what I mean? Like that's not something that we see in movies where it's like for him to take this stance where it's like I hate the Joker because of what he did, and it just like we kind of seen that already in movies and
Yeah,
stories. Like it'd be
yeah.
more interesting
I
to
mean,
see how he
I mean, pretty much.
approaches um like being like, hey, I can relate to you and I understand why you're doing this. You know what I mean? Like I don't
Yeah,
agree with it, but like I understand. Like I
maybe,
think that would
maybe,
be yeah.
maybe it inspires Bruce Wayne that when he inherits his inheritance from his father and his mother, maybe it inspires Bruce Wayne to do more for like the city, for cleaning up the city, for charity, stuff like that.
Hmm.
To make how the poor are not treated as second class citizens. They're more treated with respect, and they get the benefits that they deserve. Like the pill, like if they have mental illness, like the whatever pills they need or whatever help they need. So maybe
Hmm.
that inspires them for them to do better for the city, for Bruce Wayne to be more generous with the city. Because I didn't get the
Yeah.
sense of Thomas Wayne in the movie. Did you?
I
Like
didn't really get that. I mean,
lately,
he
they've been
was kind of a
lately
corrupt politician, you know.
yeah, yes. Lately, that's what we've been doing. That's what we've been doing in Thomas Wayne in a lot of adaptations lately. Is making Thomas Wayne not a saint as as he was for a very long time. Thomas Wayne was treated like a saint for a very long time
Hmm.
until like
Yo,
recent adaptations. Yeah,
yeah, I know. Like Batman Begins, like he was like the guy everyone wishes. Like he was like the billionaire everyone wanted like in the world, like doing all he can to help the city while being a doctor.
Hmm.
yeah, yes. I mean, now they're doing it differently with him. I think that's a good. That's a good. That's actually good. That helps inspire Bruce Wayne to be better. And I think that goes into the Batman though, in the Batman, where
Hmm.
the Waynes are not what they appear to be. There's a deep dark secret. There's deep dark secrets with the Waynes. I know Brian Braille has a theory. I think I have a theory too. Um,
Hmm.
I want to hear George's take. What do you think? Do you think the Waynes are corrupt in the Batman, or
I I don't know if I would say that they're corrupt, but like I mean, considering we're gonna have like what like Falcone's gonna be in the film, like Penguin's gonna be in the film, like it could be possible that maybe they've done some shady stuff with like Penguin and Falcone like under the books.
Falcone? Yeah, Falcone did save no, Thomas Wayne did save Falcone's son in the comics, and Falcone's
Hmm.
always been gracious and grateful to the Waynes for that.
Hmm.
It's true. And then, yeah, and you saw that one clip with with Falcone and Batman. It was on Twitter like a couple
Walking
days
down.
ago. Yeah, and there could be something with Carmen Falcone and Bruce Wayne. Maybe, yeah, maybe the Falcones and the Waynes did have something going on in the Batman universe
Yeah, I just
because
gotta
the
say
comics.
it's gonna be so weird seeing John Turturro play like Falcone because I gotten so used to him playing that dumb agent in the Transformer movies.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Turtle is a I mean,
He's a good actor though.
Yo, he's
I
a
mean,
great
yeah.
actor, but it was like for like the past like 10 like for like a large portion of like the films I've seen him in, like that's how he's been familiarized in my head.
Yeah, makes
Oh
sense.
yeah, it's a
Yeah,
conspiracy theorist for Sector 7 and stuff. Yeah,
yeah. Oh
But
but
boy.
he's, but you know what? That those movies, like those movies don't do anyone favors though. Like,
yeah, but no, I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to seeing his performance because he is a great actor, right? Like he was great
yeah,
in Do the Right Thing from like 30 years ago.
Mhm.
yeah. I mean, he
And
was
the Big
Jesus.
Lebowski.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jesus, right?
Yeah,
um, yeah, he's. I think it'd be a good karma film. It's, no, it looks nothing like the comic counterpart with he look because Fred Clooney's a big guy with and he has a and the mustache and the
Mhm.
white hair, but he's a very intimidating guy. He doesn't look anything like that in the movie, which you know what, movies and comics always make people look more intimidating than they really are. In the movie, you don't have
Yeah.
to make them appearance wise. It's all about power and voice. A voice intimidating can be done by a tone of a voice, not just how big someone is.
Mhm.
And that's what I think is gonna happen in the movie. I think he'll die in the movie. I think so. I don't know if they do the long Halloween. I don't know.
I don't think
He's
it's a
always died.
direct adaptation of the Long Halloween, but I think he's heavily involved in the plot. There's a rumor going around about he's the can I say it or
Yeah, yeah. It's just a rumor. Don't worry about it.
he's the adopted father of Catwoman.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean in the comics is that's been the assumption that yeah. So that can make sense. I mean, cause I heard stuff is Selena in this movie is also trying to find herself and trying to find out her father who her father is. I think that's one of the stories that's
Mhm.
going into this movie. And
Yeah, and it also seems like I don't know if this will happen, but it seems like she has known Bruce for quite some time, like when they were
yes,
kids.
I have. There was pictures released today, right, with the withered crescent mark on Penguin, Batman, and Selena. I have a theory now. Blind Brother, you said a couple weeks ago that not Penguin, Wither and Bruce Wayne, they kind of know each other from the
Yeah.
history as kids. I think all four of them know each other.
Hmm. I
I
mean,
think
how
that's
old
yeah,
would Penguin be? I mean, I
that'd be
thought
interesting.
Penguin was like older.
he might be older, but the Cobblepot and the Waynes might know each other.
Oh yeah, that would make sense then.
The
Yeah, yeah.
connection, the
It's
connection
like
there,
the
right?
three, yeah, like the big families in Gotham, and they're kind of co-spiring and stuff. Like I could see
Yeah,
something like that.
because if you remember, there was a comic book series that came out 2011, 2012. Um, I forget what it was called, but it had like the founders of Gotham were the Elliots, Tush's family, and Wayne's and a
Hmm.
Cobblepots, right? Something like that maybe. They're the ones that founded Gotham.
Yeah, they could do something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the Wither like, so I think all four of them know each other, have history with each other.
Hmm.
But yeah, but that's not. And I mean, what else I could talk about the Joker? I know there's okay. The rumor is like here. The rumor is that Phoenix wants his. I think is he married to Mooney Mara, or are they
Yeah.
just engaged? They're married.
Yeah, they're married. They have a kid now.
Okay, so the rumor is he wants her to be Harley Quinn if they do it right.
Hmm.
Uh, I know. Look. Lady Gaga is a great actress. She's one of the few singers that's actually good at acting. Like,
Hmm.
she's actually, but I don't see her as Harley Quinn. I see.
Yeah,
I
me
really don't
too.
see Harley. I really don't see Harley Quinn fitting in this universe.
No, yeah, I think it's a
But
little too like I feel like some comic book fan came up with that. You know what I mean? I don't think they would do that.
also, here's the thing. I feel like because like every anytime like Lady Gaga's like getting hyped from like a movie, like she's gonna be thrusted into these like casting rumors. Like this happens all the
Yes.
time when it comes to actors. Like I remember like after like John Wick Chapter 3, Keanu was like thrusted in so many MCU rumors. And the same thing's now happening with Lady Gaga. She's being thrusted in these Joker 2 rumors after House of
Cause
Gucci
she,
because like
cause
her
she kind of
Yeah.
performance
looks
was
like,
well received.
because she
Mhm.
kind of looks like Harley Quinn too. It's like,
Once she's got her bizarre looks
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
on, like
I
yeah,
mean that.
she can like she has the Harley Quinn look.
Hmm.
I just
No,
can't see them doing a Harley Quinn with when Margot Robbie
the thing is,
version exists already,
the
and
thing
that's
is
already
playing
popular.
playing Harley Quinn is a difficult kind of character to play because how out there she is, like the character, right? How her mind works, and I think you really need a great actress. The comic book characters are not easy to play, especially
Mhm.
Batman characters. Batman characters, you really need a good actor to play Batman characters, and Harley Quinn is one of them
Mhm.
because you really need to act to play Joker and Harley Quinn. It's mostly more, but the Joker adaptations, less and less because Heath Ledger's Joker he didn't need to go out there. Jared Leto's Joker he didn't need to go out there because we didn't see much of him. But Harley Quinn, look at Margot Robbie. You need to you
Mhm.
like Margot Robbie is perfect for her because she can act the way Harley Quinn can act. You really Harley Quinn is one of those characters where you might need to be over the top at times. You know, a really great
Yeah.
actress and be over the top. It's there's some comic book characters where you really need to act, and Harley Quinn is definitely one of those characters.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
and
I agree.
and I like Lady Gaga in American Horror Story, Gucci in The Star Is Born, but can she do Harley Quinn? Because
Mm,
that's her that's
I
expanding
just
her
can't
range.
see. I just can't see her taking on Harley Quinn when Margot Robbie already exists. Um, and on top of
Yeah.
that, too, I think she would want her like a character that hasn't been played before. You know what I mean? Like, and I still think there's a possibility that she's probably going to be more in the MCU than
Oh,
in the DC universe. Yeah, because she's already been rumored. Uh, she's supposed to be in Little Mermaid, right? So
was
I
that is
wouldn't
that
be.
even done filming?
I think
What's
it's
happening?
done filming, but it's not coming out for a while. I think it's coming out next year, like
Oh, okay.
2023. Yeah. So yeah, like I don't know, like I just can't really like I don't know why they would put her. I would be really shocked if they put Harley Quinn. Like I'd be really like not feeling it just because it's like I mean, why include that character in this super gritty, you know,
Yeah.
drama pick? It just doesn't really like. I think a lot of the problem with when this movie does get officially announced and they say that it's going to get filming, um, is that people are just going to be like, oh, they should do this from the comic. And in my
And that's
opinion, yeah,
no.
that's the big problem. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is the one
You should do
series,
this
I
from.
guess, so to speak, where you don't need to do that. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
mean, the guy's name's Arthur Fleck. In the comics, he's never called
yeah.
that.
I mean, they took big departures. It's not really,
Yeah.
it's not even really a comic book movie. It just so happens to have, you know, you can remove the Joker name from it,
I
right?
know, but yeah, that's why that's the reason it made $1 billion. Even though it was a good movie, but
Yeah.
if it didn't have the Joker's name on it, it probably would not make a
And the
billion.
controversy. And the
Yeah.
controversy. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, I just don't, I just, like, you know, like, I wish that we could get more movies like this where it's like, yeah, you're just kind of playing on the source material. Like, DC should do more DC Black films, in my opinion, because it's like they have that in the comics. You know, DC's always been known for standalone
Hmm.
Elseworld stories. Why not just, you know, make movies about them? Like, I never, like, people have such this big problem with Elseworld stories when it's like DC in the last 40, 30 years have been like promoting their Elseworld stories, and they're really good, like Kingdom Come, Red Sun. Like, there's a rumor they were supposed to make a Red Sun movie, and then it just fell through. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Um. Like these now, Warner Bros. Now has a plan for the DCU or whatever. Like, they
yeah,
have a plan. And I agree with you, Bland, but I think James Wan will direct the next Justice League movie, whenever that is.
yes, most
Cause,
definitely.
cause the guy is a proven box office draw.
Hmm. And
You
he's
know.
good with ensemble pieces,
Yes.
so
And
would
he's
not be surprised.
and you know what? His films make more money than Zack Snyder's.
Yeah.
Yo, like I remember when like there was this like Walter Hermada like troll account in Max's like chat
Yeah,
like
I
that would
know.
say James Wan's gonna direct Justice League 2.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean,
It seems very likely though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I
it's
can't
not gonna
see
be.
anyone else
It's
doing
not
it.
gonna. It's not gonna be Gunn. I guarantee you, it's not gonna be James
No.
Gunn. I don't think James Gunn's gonna do it justice. It's not. It's not his type of film. James Gunn. The stuff he's doing now is fine for him because he's not taking on big characters. That's his
Yeah, he
specialty.
likes niche characters. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
Justice League is not that. Yeah, Justice League will most likely be James Wan, or they'll get somebody else. But if right now my leading candidate would be James Wan, and
Yeah.
Fast 7, his only Fast and Furious movie, $1.5 billion.
hmm
One and a half.
And if like Aquaman 2 is not only like if Aquaman 2 is like a big box office money, but let's say like Aquaman 2 gets the same response as like Aquaman, where it's pretty good, not great, but still good, but
Make
even
good
like
money.
better, but like better as well. Like what people say, oh wow, this is a big improvement. He really did something with this
Have-
movie. Like they're gonna probably
Mhm.
say, hey, you want to
Have you
like
watched his
direct?
horror films? Like, he was known for
I've
his
seen the
horror stuff.
Conjuring, the two Conjuring
Conjuring's-
movies.
Yeah, I
The
saw.
two-
And,
The two
Great.
Conjurings
Yeah.
are good. The two Conjurings are good. The third one, I don't think he directed it though. The third one.
No,
no,
he didn't direct
he
the third
didn't.
one.
No.
Yeah, you could tell. You could clearly. I did. You could clearly tell it suffered from him not directing the third one. But the first two were amazing. I really like the first two.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
love
the-
the first Conjuring.
And I think I did. I know a lot. I know a lot of people don't talk about Sidious, because those are the other horror films he did with Patrick
Yeah,
Wilson and Ron
Insidious.
Cleveson. I did like Sidious.
He also just did Malignant, which is kind of schlock, but whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
I never seen Insidious, but like some people said, like, oh, it's actually like better than people say it is.
It's very good.
It's all right. I'm not too big into James Wan horror movies, but like he's a respectable filmmaker, so I can't hate on him.
But I do like Furious 7 a lot. So like that like I really like that film a lot. So I know some people like say it's an overrated Fast and Furious film, but I enjoy that movie a lot. So
Well,
Yeah, it was enjoyable.
You know why? I hate to say this. It was Paul Walker's last film.
yeah, but again, like
Yeah.
I just enjoy the heck out of that movie. Like Fast
Yeah.
5's still my favorite in that franchise, but Furious 7's like my second favorite in that franchise. Like even if like it wasn't Paul Walker's last film.
Yeah. I mean, and the recent Fast and Furious, like 8 was all right, but it was going downhill, and 9 was just,
Trash.
I don't know what, yeah.
How am
I don't even know what to say.
And
I
they're going
haven't seen
10.
9 yet.
They're going-
I just feel like it should have ended at 7. Like I feel like that should have been the conclusion. It felt like a fitting conclusion to me.
Mhm.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they keep
Yeah, I
getting
know.
these big name stars, though. Like they got Charlize Theron, now they're
Yes.
gonna get Jason. They have Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa.
Like it's a very popular franchise, and they did have a spin off with Shobbs and Hall.
The Rock is done with Fast and Furious, though. I was kind of
The
shocked.
Rock saved that franchise.
Yeah, I know. That's why I think it's going to go downhill. I think it's like
Yeah.
the next
Vin
one
Diesel,
is going to
Vin
be.
Diesel is not a box office draw. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but The Rock is a better actor than Vin Diesel.
Uh,
He has more range than Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel cannot.
I think Vin
cannot-
Diesel's. I think Vin Diesel picks better projects than The Rock. I'll
Yeah,
say
but
that.
but I think The Rock has more range. I think Rock is better at humor than Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel does not have good range.
Like The Rock, I wouldn't say The Rock has good range. I like The Rock hasn't been in. He's been in the same
He's more
stuff.
he's more charisma.
Yeah, like he
more
plays.
charisma than
He
Diesel.
like I always say. There's actors who can act, and then there's actors who play themselves. And The Rock just plays himself.
I think Vin Diesel plays himself too. I think, they
I think
both-
sometimes. Like
I
I
think-
still think what's that giant robot? What's the
Oh
movie
yeah,
called?
yeah, Iron Joy.
Yeah,
okay.
Iron Giant. Yeah,
Yeah.
giant robot. Lol.
But
But anyway,
when-
yeah, Iron Giant. Yeah,
When I
that's a good
saw
example.
him in his last non Fast and Furious movie was the Witch movie. I forget what it was. When he plays a witch hunter or something like that. You remember that movie?
Oh yeah,
He was still Vin Diesel in that movie.
yeah. He doesn't. That's what I'm saying. Like he just like he puts himself in movies because it's just kind of like he's a producer and he wants to do all these different things. But I think he just picks more interesting projects, even if it doesn't suit him. Right, where The Rock is just working in the same sort of blockbuster. Like he's made all these jungle movies. If you think about it, it's like what the hell? You have
Oh
Jumanji,
yeah.
then you have fucking Rampage. It's like all the same. Like
Jungle
you're the
Cruise.
big action. Yeah, Jungle Cruise. It's like you're the same action
Jungle
hero.
Rock.
Gotta
We call him Jungle
yeah,
Rock.
you know what I mean. Like he needs to pick something more interesting. Like Black Adam, I hope is interesting because it's like he's technically an anti-hero. You know, he's supposed to be a villain, but I mean, it is called Black Adam, so you know what I
He's
mean. Like,
wrestler, so he could play that
Yo,
anti-hero.
his most interesting role in the last 6 years was a voice acting role in Moana.
yes, yeah, yeah. He just doesn't pick. He just doesn't pick interesting roles. Like, you know what I mean. Like, he's gonna do that. You know, the red. The Netflix movie. I didn't care to watch it. Like,
Yeah, he plays. He does tend to play a cop a lot, or an agent.
yeah, like I think I stopped watching the Rocket movies, and well, I did see Hobbs and Shaw. I thought that was pretty good, but like not because of The Rock, but like Skyscraper was so bad. I seen that in the theater, and I was just like, well, what the hell was that?
Yo, that was a
Uh,
Die Hard ripoff. I didn't even see it. I just had to look at the
That-
posters and
Yeah.
trailers.
No, I think his worst movie. I mean, that
It's
was bad. I
worse,
think-
yeah.
No, I think the worst movie I've seen in the last 10 years with The Rock was probably Hercules.
Yeah, good point. Hercules was terrible.
Was
Oh,
so
Yes,
geez.
there was a
Oh my
worse
God.
There was an even worse Hercules movie.
I
that
know.
came
I've
out
seen
that
the worst one.
Yeah, I know. That same year.
Yeah. There's two bad Hercules movies. I know.
Yeah.
Same year.
Yo, like I remember when Jeremy Johns like tore that movie
I
to
remember-
shreds. I was like,
It was a rising star in the Hercules.
Yeah.
The actor in that Hercules movie was Kellen Lutz. What's his name? Kellen
Yeah,
Lutz.
well, it wasn't he on like a TV show?
Yeah, then he started being
Yeah.
Expendables. His stardom was starting to
He was
rise
in. He
a
was.
bit.
He was in. What's the show called? Is it
Spartacus.
Spartacus? Yeah, yeah.
He didn't become Expendables. I think it was the third Expendables movie. His stardom was on the rise, and I think that movie came out. I think it derailed his stardom.
Shit. Yeah. But like, what team would you even want to see on the Justice League 2? Because I do have some interesting picks.
I mean, and I don't know if it's gonna happen, but you definitely need Batman. But it ain't gonna happen if it's DCU. So it's probably gonna be.
I think
Flash,
I think Batman will be. It's gonna be, Michael Keaton
Nick
Batman.
Fury, yeah, Nick Fury kind of Batman.
Yeah, like I think what they'll do is he'll be like the kind of like the animated series version of Batman, where he's like in the Watchtower. He doesn't do a lot of action, so to speak. I mean,
Oh,
obviously
yeah.
there was action, but you know what I mean. Like he's kind of like, yeah, what you were saying, Nick Fury. I guess that's actually a better comparison.
So it'd probably be like Batgirl, Aquaman, Flash, Superman.
I don't think Batgirl will be in it. I don't think Batgirl will be in it.
So probably
No. I think she's too low rent
So
for Justice League.
So probably Aquaman, Flash, maybe Wonder Woman. I think it might be Wonder Woman.
Yeah, Wonder Woman.
Depends. Wonder Woman, those three.
I say Blue Beetle.
Blue Beetle, maybe Peacemaker. I'm joking. Can you imagine Peacemaker in Justice League?
Nah. That would be weird. Like I think they'll do the Justice League International. Like I think that makes the most amount of sense,
What about
which has Blue Beetle on it.
the Justice League? What about Black Adam? Since we're up to, is it Justice League of America or Society? Is that which one? I think it's Society, right?
For what are you talking about?
Black Adam movie when they have the Justice League.
Yeah,
like,
they're the Justice League. They're the Justice Society, not yeah.
Justice Society. Okay, so I think the Black Adam movie is gonna be flashbacks and stuff. So I don't know if the Society, but some of them would end up being the Justice League. Maybe move over.
I
to
think
Justice
so.
League. Okay.
Dr. Fate, they could definitely.
Hawkman,
Okay.
Hawkgirl, maybe.
Yeah, you could definitely do that.
If they introduce Green Lantern, I don't think they will because of the show. But I mean, there's nothing going. I don't know what's going on with the show. There's been
It even
no
makes-
update.
It even makes me wonder if they really want to put Wonder Woman and Aquaman on that team. Because it's like,
Yes.
you kind of already seen them already on a Justice League. Like, I feel like,
I'm
yeah,
a little,
go.
I'm a little suspicious that Wonder Woman 3 might be Gal's last movie.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because she had a post, like something, maybe a year ago, maybe less than a year ago, that made me think that might be her last movie.
Hmm.
Uh,
I think so too. Like, I really don't think some of these actors will stay around.
Look, yeah, you know what? Momoa does a lot of stuff, but Gal has been getting a lot of leading roles right now, and no, she's
Yeah.
improved, but I don't know if she's a leading actress.
Yeah, I think she's gonna. I really can't see where her career goes outside of Wonder Woman. She's only really getting roles because of Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
You
and
know what I
Well, do
mean?
you
now,
think
Like,
it's possible that that Gal after like Wonder Woman 3 could like maybe be similar to Robert Downey Jr., where after her third movie she's just gonna appear in ensemble films, like
yeah,
crossover films?
yeah, it's possible like
yeah,
that. Yes,
Because like
as
yeah.
I
Patty.
don't
Like, yeah. Sorry,
because I
sorry.
don't see Patty coming back to direct anymore after Wonder Woman 3, but like I can see
God,
Gal like sticking
they have
around
to
for like the big event films.
you have to hit that movie out of the park, Wonder Woman 3, because
Mhm.
84, man. So I actually liked it I actually liked it a little bit. Then I watched it again. I'm like, yeah, this movie's not that great.
Hmm.
Yo, it takes like the worst tropes from comic book movies. Like the villain, like Cheetah, she reminded me of a combination of Electro, um, Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman, Riddler from Batman Forever, and
Oh,
like
jeez.
as that like misfit like looked down upon like character.
Hmm.
Like
And
I don't know,
then
like it just brought a lot of like bad tropes.
I
look at
didn't even
Maxwell
watch
Lord.
that movie. I didn't even bother watching it. Like, I
Look
was
at
just like,
Maxwell
forget it.
Lord. I mean, Maxwell Lord is nothing like he is in the comics. Like, I mean, I love
Yeah.
Pedro Pascal. Nothing like in the comics. He's a totally different kind of guy in the comics, in the movie than he is in the comics. Um, well, now, like, I don't know. I really don't want to talk about this, but I heard the Snyder Cut made $3 billion.
Oh, I heard it made 5 billion.
Oh my god.
What are you guys
Um,
talking about?
oh my goodness. Yo,
That
there's
was
some
that
And what
that
did you
was
have this update on?
ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh my god. I don't know if the guy was choking, but it didn't seem like he was choking.
Yo, I saw someone put out a tweet saying Chris Terrio should have been nominated for his screenplay for Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, they're getting a little crazy now.
And then
They're
how about
getting
how
crazy.
Chris Terrell should have been nominated for a screenplay for writing Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, just stop.
No.
No, didn't Chris Terrio write? He wrote Justice League, right? So he should probably win
Yes,
for the Justice League cut.
he
You know,
wrote
what I
for
mean,
both
just
of
to
them. He
trigger
wrote
some.
for both of them, the both Justice League
Yeah, he
versions.
just to trigger people. That would be hilarious. It's like he got nominated for Justice League.
Um, it was that was. I mean, there. Did you see the billboard they had? I'm
Yeah.
like the bill. You see that picture of the billboard restored to Snyder? I'm telling you. You know what? Here's Gerald. Let's get this hashtag trending over and over again so Warner Brothers takes notice. I'm like, Warner Brothers is not doing what you say. You know that you're over and over again. You know that's the definition of doing something over and over again, and expecting a different result. That's
Hmm.
kind of sanity, right?
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So maybe they're I think they're insane because they're expecting a different result, and Warner Brothers is not going to give them a different result because Warner Brothers they have a direction now. It may not be the direction you like, but I'm telling you, they have a direction, and I agree with Blind Bro. James Gunn's Peacemaker is proof of that pudding with the Blue Beetle connected stuff,
Hmm. Yeah, I mean they're
and
setting up
and
some. They're setting up something.
and Black
So.
Adam, and Black Adam with hardcore.
Yo,
Hmm.
the
Yeah.
fact that like people are so triggered by Peacemaker, like when they don't realize how ignorant and how much of an a-hole Peacemaker is, and it's like, listen,
Oh,
he's
the
listening to
poop
the
comet.
yeah, and like here's the thing, like when it comes to Joker 2, like I'm surprised like Snyder fans are not freaking out that Joker 2 got greenlit before the Snyder cut got greenlit to continue the
Yeah.
Snyderverse.
Oh, it's because he knows a different universe, and I don't
Yeah.
know.
But like they would still shit on, like what Peacemaker and all the James Gunn stuff, even if there was the Snyderverse. You know what I mean?
It,
Like,
the different universe thing isn't stopping some guys from shitting on the Batman.
No,
yeah,
they what James Gunn responded to that one tweet. Basically, what Blind Braille's basically been telling everybody about comics, how comics are. about how
Yeah, but you got to remember, people don't read the comics. Like I've seen people on Twitter themselves say, which I think is hilarious, right? Because it's like you're either an idiot or like I don't know what else to say. Because it's like this one dude who had, a comic book drawing of Spider-Man. That was like, don't read comics, man. Those are for idiots, man. Those are for kids. And I'm like, but you fucking love Spider-Man. You go and watch Spider-Man movies. What does that say about you? You're talking about how comics are for kids because you don't want to pick it up and read. Like, what the fuck? I really don't get it. I don't get that take at all. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like you watching the movies that's based on the comic. Like what like
I know. Yeah, Blind Braille. Those people are ignorant. You're right. I mean, like, I don't read comics for kids. Well, then why do you like the Spider-Man movies? Why do you like the movies? Oh, because they're not. Man, I'm sorry, but comics were meant for kids. I mean, like,
yeah,
over
they
time
were.
Has been, yeah, yeah.
But it's like
But
it's like to say like to be like you're hyping up these movies and then you're like comics are for kids. Well, yeah, so then the movies are for kids too. Like what's the logic there? I don't
I
get
mean,
it.
some of the comics now, I wouldn't show kids anyway.
Yeah, and most kids probably don't read the comics. It's probably like older dudes or older people who read
Oh
it
Yeah, I
because
yeah,
didn't
they
start
they
reading
read it as a
comics until
kid.
I got older. Like all my
Yeah.
knowledge, like when I was a kid, was from like the animated stuff, from like the movies. Like it wasn't until I got older and like can like actually start affording like comics that I started reading comics. Or no, what it was my
I.
mom's friend's son would like give me some of his Spider-Man comics.
That's what I hate about
Mhm.
comics, though. Comic book shopping is how much you spend on comics.
Yeah.
Like $4 or
That's why I just buy
$5 for.
trades. Just buy
Yeah,
trades. You know.
yeah.
But like here's
It's
the other thing. People also don't realize like a lot of these comics were like written around a time when like, kids kind of needed heroes. Like, Batman and Superman were written in like
Mhm.
the late 30s, early 40s. Like, you had the Great Depression, you had World War II going on.
Yeah.
When
There was a
like
lot
yeah,
of
that's what Captain America
Batman
and
and World
Superman
War
was
II
created for.
comics.
Yes,
Yeah.
there was a lot
the
of yeah.
60s when like Spider-Man, the X-Men came along, you had like, the Vietnam War, you had like, civil rights in like America. Like these comics were like written during dark times as a way to I
Mhm.
think give kids hope.
I hate. That's what a lot of
Yeah.
people don't understand with comics. There's cultural influences comics. The
Mhm.
cultural influence comics have. They represent They represent real life.
And
And
like I enjoy dark stuff, but again, like I also enjoy the lighthearted stuff. Like I go back and rewatch like the superhero cartoons from my childhood, like Spectacular Spider-Man and Justice League
that's
all the time.
That's my one. That's
Mhm.
my one issue of people complaining about Marvel how it's light. I mean, yeah, but Marvel movies, there's a lot of philosophical, cultural influences in those movies.
Yeah. I mean, they're all over the place. I can't understand how you could say it's only goofy and
Yeah,
it's also, what I mean.
there's meaning. There's meaning to the Marvel movies.
I mean,
There's
there's meaning to a lot. Yeah. I just think in general that the people, like there was one person who said Marvel was always goofy and light. Like what? Like no, Marvel was like kind of edgy. It was edgier than DC for a time. So like I just don't get some of these people on Twitter. It's like they don't actually read. I'm not surprised they don't read, but it's just so embarrassing. Like what else was there?
I just don't like how it's like you're not a true DC fan if you don't support like this verse, and it's like, yo, there's different
Yeah.
iterations of these characters. Like, there's always going to be different takes. Like, we just had a Spider-Man movie where we saw 3 different takes of Spider-Man come together.
Hmm.
Like,
yeah,
every
Yeah.
take is going to be different, and like, look, like the Batman's going to be a different take on the Dark Knight. Are there always going to be some similarities? Yes, because like a lot of the core stuff has to always stay in there. But you're gonna get different iterations of the hero, of the villains, of the characters around him. Like you can
Hmm.
tell, like Alfred's gonna be completely different in this upcoming Batman film.
Yeah.
yes. He's
And
gonna.
there's always and every interpretation usually leaves its mark. Like what I mean, like Tim Burton's Batman was a drastic departure from what Batman was at the time, but it ended up leaving a cultural mark on the character, and that's something that people don't realize. It's like when a writer or an artist, or even when these movies
Yeah.
come out, like they do change a little bit, and sometimes people don't even realize years later that that change ended up being something that is now what everybody sees the character as. So it's, I just hate it when people say like they got to do it exactly like the comic. It's like, if you want to like the comic, go read the freaking comic book. Like half of you people don't even go out and support. They don't buy the omnibuses. They don't buy the goddamn paperbacks. They don't, you know what I mean? Like you say that you're a comic book fan, and you're, like you could say that you can like the movies and stuff, but like don't be like harping on Twitter, oh, it's not like the comic book, when you didn't even read the comic. You freaking read the Wikipedia page. Like, come on. Like, I hate when people do shit like that. It's
Yo,
just really, it's
honestly,
just really insulting. Like,
there's been some cases where I think like the MCU did things better than the comics. Like I prefer
yeah.
like the Civil War in the MCU over the Civil War we got in the comics.
Hmm.
I prefer Thanos' motivation in the MCU over than in the
Yeah.
comics. I think death in the comics, his love for death, is a terrible motivation for genocide. I mean, genocide is terrible in theory, but like the way he described the MCU, it kind of made
Hmm.
sense, even if you didn't agree with it.
Hmm.
And yeah,
Yeah, like,
let me
yeah,
tell
I agree.
the Snyder fans, a lot of Snyder fans, the hardcore ones, did not read the comics
Yeah, they
because
like, this
Snyder did
is
not.
something they don't get. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I
They did
really
not
don't
read the
get it.
comics because if they read the comics, Batman is not portrayed like that in this. They
No,
did the
he's
opposite
not.
because they said so many times Batman,
It's
the way
his own
Batman is.
interpretation of the characters. That's the crazy part. And people want to saying it's like the comic. It's no, it's
But you say he hasn't read the comics, or
yeah. He
so you
doesn't.
tell
Yeah,
me.
he doesn't. He hasn't read a lot of, like, he's read, like, all the influences are that he's put in his movies are the comics that he's read. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't care for certain characters, right? Like, he doesn't care for certain storylines, right? And he's gonna do his own thing, right? Like, people are saying, oh, they're building up to Injustice. Injustice wasn't a thing in the comics. It was a game, and they made it into a
It came
comic.
out the same year. The movie
Yeah,
Man of
so
Steel and Injustice came out the same year. So how
yeah,
can you
it
say
just became
yeah
super popular. That's what happened. The game became really popular.
yeah?
But this whole idea of like
And
the
stuff
evil
a lot of the
Superman and the
stuff
different regimes.
a lot of
Yeah,
stuff
that
was
was.
influenced from the New 52 also, and the New 52 failed.
Mhm.
It was a
Yeah, the whole
failed.
team, the whole Justice League Zack Snyder team is the New 52. That's
And
like
that didn't do
fairly
well.
recent. Yeah,
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't get it.
and
I don't get
yeah,
it.
the whole New 52 only lasted 5 years because they had to do the rebirth. It did not work. The New 52. It
Yeah.
did not work. And I mean, there was some good stuff from the New 52. There were like they legitimized Aquaman. I'll give them that. Aquaman became dead serious
Hmm.
in the New 52. Like really, really serious.
He
Uh,
had good storylines compared to
yes,
like
yes.
before.
Um, there's some good stuff in the New 52, but in over scheme of things, New 52 did
Hmm.
not do well.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and like
a lot of
I know I
influences
know
from the New 52.
I know some people might disagree, but like honestly, like the version of Batman that I so far prefer on film is the Nolan trilogy. Like I'll take Batman Begins and The Dark Knight over Snyder's movies. Heck, I'll take The Dark Knight Rises over
Hmm.
BVS.
Yeah, you know what? Dark Knight Rises is not a good. It's okay. Say what it is. It's not really a good movie. I think we all agree with that. But the way Bruce Wayne is written, I thought was very well done. Like how
Hmm.
it's finally taking a toll on him, and he's very badly injured, and he shouldn't be doing this. And that's how I should feel about Ben Affleck's Batman too. For 20 years, stuff like that. It's
Hmm.
like add the realism, like add the realism to Batman because if you done this stuff for 20 years, I'm sorry, yeah, I'm sorry, but like you can't do it for 20 years, what he does.
Hmm.
No realist, and I think how Dark Knight Rises kind of emphasizes that, even though it does come back as Batman, but you could tell he's not the same like in the same shape as he once was. Because Dark Knight Rises took 8 years after Dark Knight, right? Like the storyline.
Yeah, it took eight. It was like an
Okay.
8-year period.
And he wasn't like. That's what you gotta do with Batman, man. And Ben Affleck's Batman, like 20 years of a. I'm sorry, but what he does, uh, physically he should not be able to do, well, especially not fight. It's all those henchmen, all those henchmen. 20 years, he should not be able to take all those henchmen easily. This in physical combat.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but there's one thing Josh Whedon's Justice League got right. It was like the part where like you see all those like bruises on like Bruce's body and like
Yes,
him and
exactly.
Diana are talking and he's basically talking about the toll on like 20 years of Gotham has taken on him. That's like the one thing that film got right.
Oh, what also like was a disagreement about bringing back Superman to alive. Oh yeah. Well, there's two of you. I have two double blind, bro.
What
You
the
know, I
hell?
think like the Dark Knight Rises got Bruce Wayne's character right. No, my only two issues with the Dark Knight Rises was the length time, and Talia was poorly written. Like I did not like how Talia was written in that film. I had no problem with how Catwoman was written. I actually liked that version,
Yeah,
but
people
Talia was
shit on
just
Anne Hathaway's Catwoman,
so.
but that Catwoman was actually pretty good. That's accurate. That's accurate. That Catwoman, in a
Yeah,
way.
no, like I said, Talia was the only one that was so out
Yeah.
of place in that main cast. Like I like Tom Hardy's Bane, I like Dan Hathaway's Catwoman. It was just Talia that was just like I don't
I
know.
still think they should even
I prefer
they
Katie
should even
Holmes's
make.
portrayal of Rachel over Talia al Ghul.
Hmm.
But other than that, I
There's,
like Dark Knight Rises a lot. Like I know like it's got some problems, but I still would take that movie over a lot of the other comic book movies that have come out.
mm-hmm.
Sure, that's
I
fair. I
mean,
guess. Yeah.
Because like here's the thing,
there.
even though Nolan has a realistic take, he takes good inspiration from the comics.
Well,
Hmm.
yeah.
Like Dark Knight Rises is like a combination of Dark Knight Returns, of Nightfall, and No Man's Land.
Hmm.
And that's what the Batman. Apparently, the sequel to Batman to be based off No Man's Land. But you need the thing with
I
No
hope
Man's Land.
not. I
You
really
need.
hope not.
Don't you need like Two Face in No Man's Land, or I don't know.
Well, here's the
Like
thing, this is gonna be the longest solo film ever, like almost 3 hours. I feel like they're gonna cover. There's a lot of ground I feel like they're gonna cover,
it's.
and
Yeah.
still have a lot of questions
Oh yeah,
for the sequel.
because it's building up a whole universe.
Hmm.
Not just a sequel, George. Remember these shows too. They're spitting
Yeah,
off
the
from this.
shows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's building up, and I know some. It might expand to more like a. They might have a Superman appear in that universe at some point. I really hope not. I hope they keep the realism. I mean,
Yeah.
you can have villains like Poison Ivy, etc. But like, keep it limited.
Yeah. I don't think they're gonna put Superman.
Yeah,
And I think, yeah,
uh,
if they do, then Matt
uh,
Reeves is gonna he's not he's gonna go.
yeah. I
Like
mean, if they ask Matt Reeves, they want Superman, and Matt Reeves is like no, just let it go. If Matt Reeves says yes, just let Matt Reeves say how he would do Superman in that film, in his
Mhm.
universe.
Or like wait until Matt Reeves is like done with his trilogy. Like this is still a young version of Bruce Wayne, so it's like you don't even if Matt Reeves was okay with it, you don't need Superman in this version of Batman to cross over just yet.
Mhm.
Apparently there is. I mean, apparently there is gonna be like a scene with some of us wearing like. I think Superman is in the universe because if I remember correctly, then wasn't there a scene where somebody's wearing a Superman shirt or something? I
Yeah,
don't know.
there's like costumes, people wearing Wonder Woman and Superman.
Maybe that's just
There's on set.
you know. So it's possible they're in it. They're just not going to be
Yeah,
focused.
you may not even see that in the background, like, but there was extras wearing those costumes to a
Okay.
Halloween party. Yeah.
Okay. Um. Yeah, but yeah. So Nightwing. I know Nightwing's can be. It's gonna be two Dick Graysons. It's gonna be Nightwing in the DCU, and most likely a Robin in the Batman. I think that's where we're gonna head. You agree? Disagree? Whatever.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
could see, but yeah, wrong. Yeah.
it's gonna be a while though before Robin appears in the Batman universe.
The rumor is the circus does come to the come to Gotham in the first well the end of the first movie or the beginning of the second movie though.
Well, I mean, I can see like
So there's
Bruce
a rumor.
taking in Dick Grayson in the sequel.
And
I
yeah,
don't know if
it's
he's
gonna
gonna
be like a
become
teenage
Robin
Dick
just
Grayson.
yet.
It's gonna be like a younger Dick Grayson, like maybe preteen
Yeah.
Dick Grayson, maybe 12, 11 to 13-year-old. Unlike the Batman Robin when Dick Grayson's ready like a young adult.
Yeah, which is weird.
Maybe his young
dude's
20s
gonna
and-
live.
Bizarre, totally bizarre.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he's pretty. Because if you know the comics, Batman is pretty much agreed upon. Batman became Batman at 25 years old. Bruce Wayne became Batman at 25. And that movie, Dick Grayson has to be at least almost 25.
Yo,
Yeah.
okay, so here's the
does.
thing. So you know how some people in their 20s still play like high schoolers, like some of them can
Yes.
still pull it off.
Yeah.
Like you saw in No Way Home, Tom Holland and Zendaya can still pull it off. Chris
Yeah.
O'Donnell cannot pull it off.
Tom Holland
Like he looks
definitely
like he looked older than 25. Chris O'Donnell.
Yeah, he
He
did.
looked like he was 30,
He did.
not 25.
He
He
looked
looked like a high
way
schooler.
too old.
He actually
Holy
look, you know what's
shit.
funny? You know what's funny? He hasn't, huh? What was that?
He just looked way
He
too
hasn't, he
old.
hasn't
Like,
aged that
holy
badly
shit.
though. At that point,
yeah,
he
true.
looked too old for Robin. But if you see him now, he actually looks pretty good. He looks the same actually. Kind of does.
Hmm.
He hasn't
Yeah,
aged that bad
he's
since
looked
those
30
days.
years old for like the last 27 years or so.
I know.
Oh, man.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. That's true.
Because seriously, at 25, he looked 30. Like,
It's spooky.
Yeah, he looks the same. He looks the same as he did in Batman Robin.
like, okay, Bruce, we're gonna have some 25-year-old kid live with you.
Oh, man.
That's because he lived in the obviously because since he's a circus. Circus is a traveling act, so obviously he lived with his parents in the circus when he traveled. So he didn't have a
Guess they
permanent
didn't have
place to
money
stay.
for him.
Oh yeah, yeah. Carnies, yeah. They don't make a lot of that much money. I think. I just like, I'm Harvey. I'm Batman.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I still can't get over his first lines in Batman and Robin. I want a car. Chicks dig the car.
No.
And Batman's like, this is why Superman works alone.
Yeah, we know Superman's that universe. It's a I'm
Nicolas
convinced.
Cage.
I'm convinced it's Christopher Reeve Superman.
Oh, man.
But
Probably
wasn't
is.
like that same year or the year after, like Superman Lives when Nicolas Cage was supposed to come out?
Yes, something like that.
Yep.
Nicolas Cage had the costume. Did you see the screening with him with the costume on and the long hair?
Yes, yes. I seen the concept art, yeah.
He
was-
fits the Schumacher universe.
Con Air Superman. Because
Oh, boy.
Con Air, he had the long hair, remember? And he went to prison, he had the hair.
Mm.
Can you imagine Superman stick? Here's the thing. If you really want to piss off the Snyder bros, the Snyder fans, Nick Cage is Superman to DCU.
Oh, shit. They would lose their minds.
I should make a rumor about that.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh my god.
God.
Oh my god. That. Oh. I mean, I kind of want Nicolas Cage to come back as Ghost Rider if he appears as Doctor Strange too.
I kind of want to see him as Superman. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, if Keaton becomes the DCEU Batman, anything's possible.
He'd be like, "Hey Bruce,
Yeah.
how do you do Nicolas Cage? Hey Bruce, I don't know. Oh, his crazy
Yeah,
fishy
you-
action.
I'm cool.
Kryptonite.
But I like the Tim Burton designs. Like, I really wish that movie got made because it was just so weird. Like, did
Well,
you see the
what's-
costumes and
What's
stuff?
Tim Burton's movie, right? Was
Yeah.
Kevin
Tim
Smith
Burton.
supposed to work on a Superman movie?
Yes, yeah. He just wrote like a script. It didn't go anywhere. Yeah, it probably would have been shit. Let's keep it real. It's Kevin Smith. I don't trust Kevin Smith with any
No, I
comic
like
book
his
character.
View Askew movies, but like outside of those, like I don't trust Kevin Smith with other stuff.
I just don't trust him with comics, man. Like I hate all of his comics. Like I know some people like it, but I'm just not. It's just not my thing.
I think the thing is he's too much into the comics where like he's gonna
Yeah.
like it's gonna like become like too fan servicey, where it's like, okay, where's the plot?
Yeah, he tends to write like a little too like sometimes in his comics like he's referencing other comics. It's like, bro, what? Like it doesn't even make any sense half of the time. And sometimes he just reuses characters and it's just like, it kind of gets a little stale. Like I just was never a fan of Kevin Smith writing comics. Like I think Kevin Smith over the years
I
has
like.
like don't get me wrong, he's cool and all, but like I just don't
Yeah.
really like care for his work.
Hello,
You know what I
Bell.
mean? Like it's just not my
I like
thing.
Kevin Smith. I like Kevin Smith. He's a good guy. Like I think he gets a lot of hate from no
Yeah,
one,
he's a good
especially
guy.
for the He-Man stuff. I mean, like that was ridiculous. A lot of hate he got from a certain group fandom.
Yeah, stuff like that.
But they just and the hate and that same people are attacking Halo for. If you saw Jeremy Geese and Gamers attacking Halo because it had a woman Spartan in it, not knowing that in the Halo series there were women
What?
Spartans.
They
Master Chief was not doing.
they
Yeah, like you
holy
didn't know that?
shit! They didn't know that. They didn't know that.
No, no.
What the fuck? Did they not play
Watch
Halo
Max's
Reach? What?
watch Max's stream. Yeah, if you I know you don't watch Max's stream, but
Holy
Max Rosenberg.
shit,
Yeah, yeah. George, you know about that, right?
bro!
Yo,
They don't
what
even.
happened?
I don't even play Halo, and I know that. What the hell?
Jeremy made a video shitting on the Halo trailer saying it's gonna be like the Last Jedi, it's the next Last Jedi because there's like a woman Spartan in it.
Oh my
That
You
god!
doesn't
played
Like,
Halo,
even
listen,
make
George,
like
right?
sense.
I don't even play Halo either. But it's like, Jeremy will find any problem with something that looks like it could
There,
potentially piss off a lot of people.
Hold on, hold on.
there is.
How do you not? Does he not know about Halo Reach? Hey,
I
Halo
know,
Reach
I
has a
know.
female. I don't get. I didn't even play Halo Reach, and I know
He's
that.
a
What
fake
the hell?
gamer.
Not, yeah, well, yeah, there's yeah. I mean, it's stupid. If you
That's
play
a stupid
Halo,
criticism.
if you
Holy
play
shit.
Halo, you know there's women women Spartans.
Oh boy.
Like
Like
yeah,
my problem with the trailer was that it looked. Someone on Reddit had the best comment where it's like it looks super expensive but super cheap. That was like my big problem with it. Where it's just like this does look like it doesn't look like a Halo, like the Halo that I envision. And honestly, I think it should just been a movie, in my opinion. Like they were already working on a movie, and I mean, why not? Like Halo's not that
that
deep
became
in
District
terms of the
9.
story. Yeah, right. So
No, that
and I
became
know what's his name that did District 9. I'm blanking out. Neil Blomkamp, right? Like
I think it was
his
I
concept
think
art looks sick.
I
Like
think it was originally supposed to be Peter Jackson. I think they wanted
yeah,
Peter Jackson, and then they couldn't get
it
him.
was both
I
of
think
them. It was both of
yeah,
them.
yeah. I remember that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Went off about that because they had women in the hills. He must have thought Master Chief was the only Spartan out there, not
No,
knowing that the Spartans are not just Master Chief. And there was
no,
women
yeah.
Spartans like, and
Like who doesn't know? I just thought that. I mean, that's such a ridiculous thing to complain about. Like I really didn't like fuck what's her name? I'm blanking on her name.
Cortana.
Cortana. Yeah, right.
That
Like she had
one
a
thing.
a very uncanny valley kind of look, and it just was like she's a hologram. Like, why did you make her look like she has like human flesh and stuff? Like, just make her look like a hologram. Like, it's what I mean. It's like it's
The
not that
AI.
hard to do. Yeah, but
Just
I mean,
make
she's
the
like a
AI.
hologram. Like, she kind of looks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, she doesn't even in the games when I looked it up, I'm like, she doesn't look like she has skin texture, right? So it was just like really
That's
weird. It was
that
like such a weird
smile of
choice.
her. That smile of her. It looked like she didn't know to smile or not to smile.
Yeah, and they actually did get the actor in the
Yeah, the
game.
voice actress. Yes,
Yeah,
it's the same actress from the games. That's
which I don't mind, but I think they should have chose a different actor, like to play it visually and just have her voice.
how some people are with video games based on movies or TV. No, TV shows and video games based on movies on video
Yeah,
games. You should always get the cast who did the voice. I'm like, guys, no, you don't need to do that. It's
but
just go with
Cortana's even in
like, look,
Windows.
doesn't
Like you Cortana's on Windows, right?
yeah.
So Windows 10. So it's like, and they use her voice. So I mean, it kind of makes sense. Like it's a popular voice now.
I'm just saying you don't need to get the video game actors the voice act their video
Yeah,
game
true,
account.
true.
I mean, I look, a lot of people like it, but I have to tell you something. General audiences, they
They're
know
not
about
gonna care.
Hollywood actors, but they don't know about voice actors. They when they play the video games, they do not care about the voice actors.
Yeah,
They don't give a damn about voice
but
actors.
I'm very skeptical of
They
the
will care
show. I've
about
heard.
Hollywood actors.
True, true, true.
What,
Yeah, I would. Sorry,
what were you
I'm
saying
all
about
over
the
the
show?
place. I'm very skeptical of the show because I've heard some like it has some production issues and it was supposed to come out
It
last
did.
year. Um, and
It's
just
filmed in
watching the
Toronto, I
trailer,
believe.
I didn't know that. But
I think
yeah,
it
like
is.
I just like I've heard it had some production issues and there were some scripting problems. And I remember there was a leak last year around this time where there was like a screenshot of Master Chief taking off his helmet and some other things, and a lot of people weren't really feeling it. And from the trailer, I just kind of wish it was like the music that they played and the way everything was shown. I was just like, I don't know if this is. I think this is going to be one of those cases where it's just like another dud. You know what I mean? Not unfortunately, like
Well,
in my opinion.
it's coming about a week before Moon Knight, and we'll see how it competes against Moon
Yeah.
Knight. I mean,
It
I
also
pretty
just
much
seems weird timing too for
oh
Paramount
yeah,
Plus because Star Trek Picard is
Picard.
coming out at the same time. So it's like why would you put out both of those series at the same time?
We don't get
Just weird.
We don't get Paramount Plus in Canada, don't we? But we get it
We
on like
do.
regular. We
We
do.
do. Yeah.
But I think this show will be on
It's on
CTV or
Paramount
something.
Plus.
Yeah, but we'll be because we get Picard on the Space Channel, do we?
We do, and it's also on Paramount Plus.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think it's just some deal they had. That's why it's all
So we
over the
don't.
place there.
So we don't have to subscribe to Paramount Plus. I think we don't have to subscribe to it, because
Yeah, I'm not even sub to it. There's nothing really. I used to sub to it just for Twilight Zone, and then I stopped.
Twilight Zone, yeah, the
Yeah.
remake of Twilight Zone didn't do so well.
Yeah, that was bad. I would just watch the old ones. You know.
Yeah. What else is there? Let's see what other topics are there. And then I'm going to come up with something for Thursday.
Oh yeah, what's your thoughts on Pokemon so far?
Oh, I really do like it. I know you're skeptical about the battle system. I actually do
Mhm.
like the battle system.
Yeah, it's not
Pretty
bad.
much the same almost. But you know what it is? Yeah. But sometimes you get like handicapped. Like all of a sudden you get 2-on-1.
Yeah,
Like that
that
happened to me
happens.
today for the
Yeah.
first time. Yeah. I mean,
I got a 3
I
on
like the
one
battle.
one time.
Oh fuck. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, it was
it
pretty
depends
bad.
on levels. Um, I do like, I do like the lore of it. How like I think this is like, I think the lore of this game. If I had to say, it's like pre everything about Pokemon. Because Pokemon, they thought
Mhm.
Pokemon were like dangerous wild animals, dangerous animals. This is like pre everything. We didn't know anything about Pokemon. That's what I think the
Yeah.
story is about. They didn't know anything about Pokemon. I think this is the first invention of the Pokedex. Um, or it could be just that some guy or the main character got sent to a certain multiverse or something dimension, into a world where Pokemon are viewed differently than where he is coming from.
It seemed like he was coming from a world where Pokemon didn't exist.
Oh
That's
yeah,
like
something like
kind
that.
of
Yeah.
yeah.
And this might
I,
be
I
like,
don't know based on the right
and this might be
the
like the
cards.
first. Yeah, and it seems like this is a place in history you gets teleported to where people didn't understand Pokemon.
Mhm.
Where the first Red and Blue game, you know, the Red and Blue game, where it kind of took place. If this is canon, I don't know if it's canon.
Yeah, I think it is
Takes place
canon.
right after this. Okay, I think those two games take place like right after this because I got the impression that Pokemon weren't vastly studied, and and were
Because this is supposed to be like feudal Japan
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and I do like the battle system. I do like how. I do like the side missions. I do like collecting stuff. It's a grinding game, and not just for battling, for everything else.
Yeah.
It's
But like the catching part of it is like for me it's like really addicting.
Mhm.
Because like that's all I do. Like I
yeah,
put 20 hours only into the first area, and I'm only now going on to the second area. Like I did all the side quests. I caught all the Pokemon. I was trying to evolve, Eevee to have like all the evolutions, um, leveling up different Pokemon because I don't even really have a team. Like I use my Oshawott, right, or Digivolve or whatever.
I always use my main.
Um,
I keep a main always.
yeah, yeah, same, right? But then because it's like there's some Pokemon that I want, but they're not in that region. So it's just like I might as well just use the Pokemon that I see now and just like level them up, evolve them, complete the Pokedex. Like this game makes me like doing the Pokedex, which is something I hate doing in the
I
other
know.
games.
You gotta collect them.
Yeah, because it just seems like a chore where it's like you gotta like kind of run around or wait for them to spawn. Well, this one it's like they're similar, but there's an action component to it, so it's a
The only
little bit
thing I
more
hate. The
interesting.
only thing I hate is when you want to switch your Pokemon. Say you want to sub, because you only can carry 6, right? Say you
Yeah.
want to switch your Pokemon, you actually have to go to the city. You have to go
Mhm.
back to the town and go to the where
The
the
ranch, yeah.
yeah. I don't like that. I want to change my Pokemon on the fly.
I agree because that's another weird thing because you could change your moves on the fly.
Yeah, because you don't have to delete a move.
Yeah, but for some reason you can't change your party out. I thought that was weird.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I know because in the past Pokemon games, like beginning the few first Pokemon games, you had to go to the computer, but then the last few
hmm
Pokemon games, you didn't have to at all. You could just switch on the fly.
Yes. Yeah. Good point. Yeah.
Because I think it's one of the complaints people had, and they kind of put it back in this game.
Game. Yeah. I don't get it. Yeah, especially because you're catching so
Hey,
many of them.
Arkham.
Oh, what's up?
Yeah, Arkham.
Yeah, you're catching so
It's
many of them, right? So.
yeah, and I don't want to and I don't want. I really don't want to go back to the ranch to switch Pokemon all the time. Like it's
Mhm.
annoying. Uh, hey, George, are you gonna get the
But
game? You have a Switch?
Yeah, I got a Switch. I'll be honest. Like I usually never play Pokemon, but
Okay.
like what is this, the
mhm.
new game?
Yeah,
Yes,
the new
it
one.
came out Friday. Yeah.
I used to collect the trading cards and watch the show when I was a kid.
Mhm.
Oh, you didn't
Yeah,
hear
this
about.
game's pretty different. Yeah.
You didn't hear about Jake? Was it Jake Paul or Logan? One of the Paul brothers. You
Oh
didn't
my
hear about the
goodness.
Paul. You heard about
About
it?
what happened?
A couple weeks ago. I forget which Paul. I still one of the Paul brothers. I think it's Logan, not the one that boxed. Jake Paul is the one that boxed, right?
Well, they both box, but
But I think it's Logan. Okay, I think it's
yeah.
Logan. Logan Paul first bought Pokemon cards from a seller in Canada on eBay. So when he got the package, it turned out to be fake Pokemon cards. Because you could tell between a fake and a real Pokemon card, the back color, right?
Yeah,
Blue
the
is
back
real,
color.
yeah, blue is real and purple is fake.
Yeah, it's like a faded out color when it's fake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember years ago, like fake Yu-Gi-Oh cards were so apparent because the names that they gave to some of the cards were just like, what is this? Like they would like give like these like bizarre names like to like
hmm
monsters that like wasn't even close to the original name.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like the plastic like there was like a plastic like wrap on the top of the cards that wasn't a sleeve. Like usually you can put
Mm.
a plastic sleeve on the card, like the card, like the fake
Yeah.
cards came with the plastic already like stuck to it.
Oh shit. I never. I played Yu-Gi-Oh a little bit as a kid, but I lost to someone and they took my all my cards because that was the bet. So I just stopped playing. Like the only
I
card game
just
I
Don't
got really
gamble,
into.
Blind Bro. Don't gamble.
Yeah.
Your cards
Dude,
don't
I
I
was
never
matter.
like,
gamble.
I was pretty young. I don't even remember. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I don't
hated
blame.
that guy. But anyway, right. The only game I got into a lot. I'm not sure if you know it. It was called Chaotic.
I heard of it, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I used to play that game so much, man. Like, holy shit, that was the only card game I enjoyed.
I,
And
I
Pokemon,
mean,
kind of, but not really.
Pokemon. Yeah,
Yeah, I only played the
yeah.
games and like watched
I
a
didn't.
little bit of the anime,
I didn't
but I was
collect
more into
Pokemon.
the games.
I didn't collect Pokemon to play. I collected just to have a collection. Because I'm not
Oh
playing.
yeah,
I'm not playing a $50 Charizard card. I'm sorry.
yeah.
Like no, no.
I just didn't like the way the game played. The card game. It just was like a little weird.
Oh,
So I just never got into it.
you need the type cards, right, to use attacks and stuff.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
You need like, for example, if you want to do a fire move, you need like one fire attack card, yeah, and stuff like that.
I
Or
just didn't get into it. It was just kind of
yeah,
like whatever.
I
Yeah.
know.
But like chaotic was just like it was fucking addicting. I don't know why. It would just be like a bunch of people would like do tournaments and stuff, and it was really fun. But yeah, I stopped doing card games. It's just not my thing anymore.
No, I just
I
collect
remember.
the cards, because
Yeah,
like I used to like play Yu-Gi-Oh with like my best friend, but then like when I moved, like I don't really get a chance to like duel anymore. So I just like to collect them just because like I like the designs.
Yeah, yeah, that's
And like
fair.
I still like to rewatch like the old series and stuff. So like it's
Mm,
still like a hobby of mine.
yeah. I mean, I think
that's nice.
I
Yeah.
remember Pokemon back in the day was like the most popular thing. Like it's still popular now, but like it was like 97, maybe 97, 98. It
Mm,
burst the popularity, and like Pokemon cards in the game, it was addicting, man. Like, I mean, I had a Game Boy, but I also had the ROMs and an emulator.
yeah,
Like, I mean, I played Pokemon Gold and Silver English versions before they came out on Game Boy Color. That's how good Pokemon like. And then I got into Digimon too, but like, also, you guys got into Digimon?
No, I
no, yeah, I never did.
my best friend was into Digimon. Like it was like I saw a few episodes and it was okay, but it was like I
Yeah,
was more into Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid.
the first
Like
two
I used to
seasons were
watch
good. That's
those.
it. The first two seasons of Digimon were good, and I kind of stopped watching after the first two.
I wasn't even a fan of Pokemon. Like I used to make fun of kids that play Pokemon until I think it was yeah, Diamond and Pearl came out, and I played that, and I really liked the games. And then I kind of fell off, and then I came back with Heart Gold and Soul Silver. So I just never. And then Digimon to me was just like I just never got into it. You know what I
I
mean?
actually,
Like
when I first
it's
heard Digimon, I'm like, oh, this is a Pokemon ripoff. And I started watching again. I'm
yeah,
like, no, this is different.
yeah. I used to think that too. Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm gonna end the show here, guys. Thank you
All
for coming
right.
on.
No
So I'm
problem.
gonna plug my stuff
Yeah, no problem.
after I let you guys plug. Go right away, plug your stuff, Twitter, YouTube, whatever. You know the drill. Go ahead, George. You go
George.
first.
Yeah, George.
All right, so I'm just George. You can find me on YouTube. I'll put my channel link down below, and I'm hoping like this month to continue to talk about Batman. Most likely the Dark Knight trilogy. Keaton's probably gonna come at least before the Flash, but yeah, you can find me as just George on YouTube.
All right.
Awesome. You can find me at Blinded Braille on Twitter. I tweet a lot about dumb people. Let's
Yes,
put
you
it like
do.
that.
Yes, you do.
And I talk a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. um. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, go follow George on his YouTube channel. He posted in the on the chat. Though. So yeah. So you can follow me on my channel on my Twitter. I'll just put the banner here for my Twitter. Sorry, I forgot to do that. Twitter, Aaron J's fans. Like, subscribe down below. Do that. Um. I don't have these streams in the works right now, but I'm gonna come something for Thursday. I'm not exactly sure yet. Hopefully, I get something by tonight. But there'll be something for Thursday. Saturday, Peacemaker episode 6 will be a spoiler review. So it will be. I'll have people on, but I want this to be a warning to everybody. If you want to come on my panels for episodes of shows that are spoiler review, I want you to make sure you've seen the episode first. See the episode first, okay? It makes it. I mean, it makes the discussion a lot better if you've seen the episode. Because I want
Mhm.
everybody's point of view of seeing the episode. It's not. It's nothing personal. It's nothing like. It's not like. I'm not trying to exclude anybody. It's just. I want people's point of view when they see the episode. Okay. If look, if you're in the chat and you haven't seen it, fine. And if we spoil it for you, fine. Because it may interest you in seeing it. Sometimes people that spoil shows, they tend to get people who haven't seen it interested in seeing the show.
Yeah.
Sometimes. But yeah, that'll be Saturday, Peacemaker episode 6. You guys are always free to join. I know Blind Brillo, you
Mhm.
both were here last time. You're always free to join. Anybody's free to
Yes.
join, and that's just only if you've seen the episode 6. And Thursday, I don't know, man. I'll think of something. Or you guys can give me ideas in the Twitter or something. DM me ideas,
Mhm.
or maybe stuff will pop up. I don't know yet. All right, so yeah, before I go, I'll let you guys see this.
Too sweet! Sweet! Too sweet! Too sweet!
So yeah, like, share, subscribe, comment below, and with that, AWO, Just George, and Blind Bro are out.